From the Kalahari in the southeast to the Namib in the northwest, this is a country of two deserts and a beauty all of its own.
What strikes you most about Namibia is its unspoilt natural environment. There's no surprise that over 44% of this country is under some kind of conservation management. How do you go about finding paradise in the middle of all this open space? Well, it turns out it's pretty simple. You fly into Windhoek, you hop in a car, drive a couple of hours southwest, and if you hit the dunes, you've gone too far.
We'd been invited to the Little Kulala Lodge that's situated in a private reserve on the edge of the Sossusvlei in the Namib Naukluft National Park. They offer the best of the good life, even in an ocean of sand.
This is spectacular. You don't expect to see this in the middle of the desert.
No, you don't. The designers actually drew their inspiration from the desert. They wanted to use elements of the environment out there and bring it into the camp, while also keeping a cool and elegant space, which the guests could withdraw into from the harsh environment that's out there.
Pure linens, cottons and mohair, as well as organic decor, show a dedication to leaving their ecosystem unspoilt and to making guests feel a part of that system.
You even have your own private little dune.
Yeah, well, we do. It's one of the reasons why we actually built the camp here. Obviously, the whole experience is about the Sossusvlei dunes, and we wanted one right on our doorstep for you to enjoy. And we are actually one of the closest lodges to Sossusvlei, and the closest one that's of this level of luxury.
It's the gateway to what they call Namibia's sand sea, and it feels like you are at sea. This landscape is impossible to tear yourself away from. So they ensure there's always a view, and the thatched kulalas include outdoor showers, rooftop skybeds, and broad decks that merge with the scenery.
Oh, look at that.
You have your own plant pool here, and as you can see, the view is literally invited into the room for you.
Sure. Why even bother leaving your room?
Well, the great thing is once you have gone out, climbed one of the dunes of Sossusvlei, seen Dead Vlei, you can come back here, turn on your aircon, relax with it right there in front of you. It's magnificent.
This is a place to escape the noise of life. There are only 2 million inhabitants in the entire country, which means a lot of the time you don't see people nor hear them.
You hear that? Not the ice, but the absolute stillness. It's hard to believe that in the middle of one of the oldest deserts in the world, such luxury exists. I can't wait to head out there tomorrow to those dunes and check them out.
We'd be doing it by hot air balloon, and at dawn the next day the launch site had been chosen based on which way the winds would be blowing. Ahead lay a 1-hour flight over the Namib, which means vast place in the language of the Nama people.
When was the last time you did something for the first time? The sun's just about to rise over the horizon, and I'm about to embark on my first ever hot air balloon ride.
If you're tall enough to see over the basket, then you can fly. After ferrying 50,000 passengers for the last 21 years with a 100% safety record, Dennis Hesemann's Namib Sky Balloon Safaris are the way to go.
Sossusvlei comes from the ancient Namakwa language. The word Sossus means great gathering place of water. And that's exactly what it is, the end of the river that forms a lake in the dunes. Yeah.
This is pretty much the perfect time to view the dunes because the sun just catches the dune on the one side, that red, and then on the other side you've got complete shadow.
All the nice shadows, yeah, that's right.
Beautiful contrast.
Nice perspective and yeah, great contrast with the grass, especially now, mountains, plains, dunes, everything coming together.
Beautiful. And what gives it that red color?
Apparently it's a content of iron. It's got a lot of iron, so it's the iron oxide that makes it sort of rusty. And it's the rust that gives it that color.
You've got to give our camera a burst there because the heat from this flame is quite... We shot up very quickly there. How high are we right now?
We are currently at 600 meters above ground. We are now going down to find another wind. So at different altitudes, different wind speed and direction, and we'll go up and down to take more left or right or wherever the wind can take us.
I've always wanted to fly, and this is the closest I've come to that feeling. You are so still up here, and that's because you're going at the same speed of the wind. Apart from the massive burner which blows every now and then, it's dead quiet.
After 16 kilometers that felt like watching our planet from space, we were about to land, and our captain showed his sense of humor.
Gentlemen, hold on tight. It's going to be a sports landing. Take position.
Sport landing just means a nice way. It's a nice way of saying we're about to crash land. That's what we're about to do right now. We're going down. I'm waiting for the brace. It's like coming.
And here we go, guys.
He's going crazy
3,
on the
2,
ropes there.
1.
Whoa!
Laat deep, Owens. Laat deep, laat deep.
We're going down. That's awesome. I want to do it again. Now that's how you land a hot air balloon.
It was as if we'd landed on another world, in another dimension. That's why this part of Sossusvlei has been the location of several commercials and Hollywood thrillers like The Cell. It has no equal on Earth.
Deadvlei is one of the most photographed places in the world, and it's not hard to see why. You've got this bright white clay pan which is hardened and dried out, the black acacia trees over 500 years old, the red sand dunes up against a bright blue sky, creating this surrealist landscape which is a photographer's dream.
Sifting fact from fantasy would be our guide, Willem Mutenga.
Willem, it's very difficult to believe that just over 1,000 years ago this was all covered with water.
This actually used to be a river who runs all the way to the ocean, but due to these dunes actually move in, Big Daddy over there was one of the first forming dunes in the area, and they have actually blocked up the water here. And later on what happened is these dunes we have here also formed, and they have blocked up the water this side, and the water actually didn't get any more access into Deadvlei. That's why these trees you see around here, they all died because of no more water.
The wood has lasted this long due to a unique combination of natural conditions. It's not petrified.
It's amazing that after nearly half a century the trees are still so solid, they don't crumble when you hit them. I mean, how have they kept intact for so long?
In this area, as you see, we have a clay part here, clay layer. So there's no termites who can actually eat the plant, and there's no bacteria in them as well. As you see, they're still standing upright. They're actually held by this clay that you see here, and the roots of them can dive down to 40 to 45 meters deep in the ground, and that's actually still holding the tree. And as you see, why they're so black is because of the heat up by the sun, because this area can get up to 55 degrees.
Before it gets that hot, we definitely need to climb one of these dunes, and if there's a dune to climb, it's the big daddy of dunes.
Right, let's go for that.
Created by winds that bring fog from the Atlantic Ocean, the dunes are among the highest anywhere on the globe. But Jonathan was feeling confident.
Willem, this isn't too bad. What's the big deal, eh?
You know, they don't call them Big Daddy for nothing, because 40% of the people cannot make it.
40% don't make it up here. It's like walking on the beach.
You think you're brave now? Let's see, up halfway.
We'll see how it goes. It's going to be easy.
Easy? Bold pronouncements are a sure way to make Big Daddy laugh at you. And soon, he was testing Jonathan's sense of humor.
What's supposed to happen? Wait. I need to take my shoes off. I've got half a dune
That's
in my one shoe. And then here's the other half of Big Daddy in my other shoe. This is not like walking on the beach.
The sand gives way so easily that every step is only half a step. Do this for any period of time and you soon have a feeling of defeat, exhaustion and muscle burn, though the scenery is a fine painkiller.
Oh, it's beautiful, eh? I can't believe we've come all the way from there.
yeah, that's Deadvlei down there.
Yeah, we know we're high now because the wind has picked up and you can see the way the sand just beautifully goes over the crest of the dune.
That's what you actually call the smoking dune.
The smoking dune, I'm not surprised.
Smoking.
But Sir Edmund Hillary here wasn't hearing anything. All that mattered was not being one of the 40% who fail.
Woohoo!
Yes, we made it.
All right.
High five. I'm covered in sand. I'm sunburnt. But at least we made it to the top of the tallest dune in Namibia.
No, not the tallest, the second tallest in Namibia.
Willem, they don't have to know that. But seriously, it's beautiful up here. And they say if you love a place, take nothing but your memories and leave only your footprints behind.
That's right.
And you know what? That's what I'm going to do now. So We're actually to the bottom.
Right.
Whoa!
If anyone has seen our presenter since, please let us know.